Hey guys, it's Jana from Ballerinas by Night. Today I wanted to just give you guys a ballet life update. Last time that we did one of these videos was like the first year that we had the channel, which I think we started it in 2013. So Abby and I did a joint video where we talked about our dance backgrounds. I mean, a lot has changed since then, with me physically, with me mentally, and Abby not living close by, and you know, all of that like relates to what kind of content we want to create on this channel, on our social media. So I just kind of want to like talk about what's happened in the past few years, where I'm currently at, and how that affects the channel and the kind of stuff that we're creating. I just want to keep a more open dialogue. I tend to really just want to be like a perfectionist about everything, and I want everything to look amazing all of the time, and I realize that that's not going to get me anywhere. So I just kind of want to work on being more open with you guys. It'll help me out, and hopefully that will help you all out. So let's get started. Basically the last time I updated you guys, you know, Abby was living here in town. We were doing class at her studio at her house a couple times a week, and I was taking classes in the evening. So, you know, it was a lot of ballet, a lot of time with Abby. We had, you know, she's just been like the inspiration for even like creating this channel, because she was just so supportive. She still is so supportive of my dancing and just the process of learning and improving. And that's been the reason that I wanted to create this channel, was because I want everyone else to feel that way about their ballet life, because it's amazing. So it's been really hard since she's been gone. I make that sound like she's gone, just moved away, but like, you know, we're not physically in the same space, and even though we can talk online every day, you know, it's never the same as having that studio time. I really miss that a lot, and I feel like a lot of my spark for things has dimmed without her being nearby. And then I hate that about myself, that I can't maintain that feeling on my own, that I need to rely on someone to tell me that I can keep working hard or something. I don't even know how to like phrase that, but yeah, so I feel like, you know, I was at this really like strong place. Like I remember like the fall of 2012, I don't think I've ever felt more, probably like the strongest I've ever felt in my life. And I just remember feeling like, oh my god, like nothing else in the world could feel as good as this. I was aware at the time of how lucky I was to have the dance situation that I was in, with this group of girls that were just like incredibly supportive, and this really super just like safe environment where you felt like you could try anything, say anything or whatever, and you would never be judged or feel like you're being judged. I don't know where I'm going with that thought. Okay, anyway, what I'm trying to say is I was at this like really like high point in like my technique and strength, I felt like, and then I think it's because I was having like this consistent training with Abby, and she's very much about like building strength and that kind of thing, and I'm terrible at doing that on my own. So basically it's like I had her there to like hold my hand to make sure that I was doing all the things all the time that would let me maintain that level of strength, and I haven't had that in the past couple of years. Definitely physically, my core strength is the number one thing that I can tell has just like gone to total crap. So I've talked in videos over the past like year or so about having pain in my right hip flexor. A lot of that I think was from losing the core strength that I had built up, but I was doing class like I had the core strength still, and I think that I was like sinking into things and then gripping all the wrong things, and then I couldn't figure out how to find the core muscles again to avoid gripping in my hip flexors. The past like few years I just like put on weight in my stomach because I was just having such a hard time finding the right muscles, and on top of that I was going through just a lot of stuff like personally and like career-wise, and I didn't realize it at the time, but like I was depressed. I was depressed for like 3 years probably. I mean, part of this year too, like just recently I feel like I've started to come out of this depression, and I can now look back on it and see how it was like affecting me so much. Like I was going to ballet because it was like, I knew I couldn't stop, but at the same time, I wasn't really enjoying myself because I physically wasn't doing as well as I knew I could be doing. I wasn't very open with my teachers or anybody that I was struggling with things, and so because I like to just fix things on my own. I'm terrible about asking for help. I think I just like struggled a lot, but I was afraid to like stop going to class because even though I was hurting physically, I was afraid I would lose other things that I still could do. I don't know whether it would have been good to just like take a break for like even 3 months or something and let myself like miss class again. I never went to class and was like miserable. Like I was always happy that I went, but there were definitely some classes where I just felt just so discouraged, and that's just not a fun feeling, and I know I'm probably not the only person that has felt that way. So all of that ramble just to say, I feel like the content for the channel in the past like couple of years, on my end at least, has just kind of been like all over the place, because I feel like I haven't been on this like upward journey. Like it kind of hit this like high point, and then I didn't know how to keep going with it on my own without Abby. I've got to figure that out on my own, because I know that I want that feeling again. And in just like the past few months, I feel like I've kind of turned this corner. I feel like some of my core strength, like I'm finding that place again, or I'm working on it, and I know I feel like things are gonna turn around. Let's knock on wood and hope that they do. I know I never want to like say things like that, because I feel like as soon as I verbally say it, everything goes the complete opposite. But I feel like because I haven't felt like I've been constantly improving, that it's been really hard for me to make videos to say, here's what's happening, you know, here's what I've worked on, here's what I've learned, and I want to share this with you, because I feel like I haven't been learning anything. I've just been trying to get back to this place where I feel good physically enough to even work on things to get better. And I hate that, because I want to keep doing all this like, positive, encouraging content on here, and I just haven't been able to figure out like what it is that I want to say, I guess. I feel like I'm all over the place with this video right now, so if you were following along, props to you. Alright, so cutting to like present day. Like I told you guys a couple videos ago, I started a full-time job this summer, and so I really was not able to make it to class quite a bit this summer, which really bummed me out. But this new job is so physical. I'm doing photography and video stuff relating to commercial real estate, and so it's a lot of like carrying gear around and like walking upstairs, and like I'm like a one-man show, and doing that like right in the peak of summertime. I think I lost a little bit of weight just because I was moving around so much and sweating so much throughout the day. That gave me a little bit more energy to work on things. So I'm also trying to work on doing what I need to do outside of class physically, so that I can do my possible best in class. So, I was used to, with Abby, we would do a full bar stretch in between bar and center. We would do ab work between bar and center. We would do a lot of like control stuff in our bar combinations, lots of balances, lots of releves. And if I'm not getting that in every single class, but I want to be able to work at the level of strength like I am getting those things, and that's going to require me to do work outside of class, which is difficult to do when you're like an adult and you're working a full-time job and you've got like a husband and you've got family, and you want to have some kind of social life. And I also run a business, and my husband runs a business, and it's just like, it's a lot to do. I feel like I understand more the adults, that are working a full-time job and then trying to make it to class in the evening, and just how difficult that is. I was so lucky to kind of just, work for myself, work part-time. My husband kind of let me do my thing for a few years, and it left a lot of time for me to just really focus on ballet. That was fantastic. And so now it's just, the struggle is real, as they say, to balance it all. And then, if you have kids, that's just like one more level of what feels like impossibleness to make it to class. So if you're one of those people and you're balancing the family life, the work life, and the ballet life, just know that you are amazing and you can do it, and I admire you like crazy, because it's just really hard. So yeah, things with work have started to level out. I'm not traveling quite as much, although I'm traveling next week. So I've been able to consistently make it to class at least twice a week, if not 3 times a week, which has been fantastic. Trying to stay like really positive, just do what I can and not be mad at myself if I can't make it to class 3 times a week. If I'm trying not to be mad at myself if I want to skip a night to go, see a movie with my girlfriends. I'm trying to be nicer to myself about things like that, because, obviously I'm not dancing for a career, I'm dancing for me, and so I need to do what I need to do to let myself, you know, fully enjoy that. Yeah, for me that usually means taking class at least 3 times a week, and that makes me, you know, happy. So sometimes the social life, you know, takes a backseat, but that's just for me kind of where my priorities lie. So, you know, now coming to the YouTube channel, it's really hard for me to have time to film now because I don't have my daytimes to fit in things like this. So I have the weekends, and a lot of times I'm working, like I'm shooting a wedding, like I'm shooting a wedding today. I'm leaving in a few hours to go do that. I'm trying to make more time for social things on the weekends, especially now that I'm not feeling so depressed and like closed off. Like it was really hard for me to get out and go do social things for longer than maybe like an hour at a time because I was just so like, I would just get such bad anxiety. I'm craving like social time and I want to go out and do things and see people, and my God, it feels so good to feel that way again. If you've ever been like that, I mean, I'm an introvert, you know, to begin with, but like a depressed introvert is like just horrible. So I hope if any of you are going through that, I really hope you can get out of it. It's hard, but anyway, I keep just like rambling. I'm not even gonna attempt to try to make this look like a structured video because it's just me rambling, but I hate not uploading something like at least once a week or something for the channel. We really want to be doing so much more, and Abby and I both, and it's just really hard to fit it all in, and I hate saying that, you know, that doesn't seem like a very good reason, but that's just sort of, that's where we're at, and my cat's down here. This is my chili carrot. Say hi. Hi guys. Look at your pretty little face. He hates being held, and I want him to be a snuggle kitty so badly. And he just hates it. So I just hold him even longer. Such a good boy. Look at your pretty little face. Oh my gosh. He's letting me hold him. This is like, oh, you see yourself in the mirror. Oh, no, now he's gone. Okay, he's on my lap now. Oh. Okay, well anyway, I don't know if I can keep rambling anymore. I don't know. I don't really know, like I wanted there to be some kind of like purpose or like moral to this whole video, but I don't really, I just wanted to like get all of that out and kind of update you guys on where I'm at mentally and physically and how that affects the channel and, you know, what I want to create. And I will try to get over this whole like perfectionist thing and be better about sharing stuff. So any words of advice or words of wisdom, leave them in the comments below. Oh, the find a studio thing. We have like 70 studios on that list now on our blog. If you missed that whole thing, since I've been traveling a lot for work, I made a page on our blog with suggested ballet studios that you guys provided for adult classes, like all around the country, across the world. If you're traveling somewhere and want to take class, or if you need a place to take class, go check out our blog and look at that list. We're still adding stuff, so if you guys want to leave a comment on that page, and got cat hair on my lips, then please do that. So thanks for sticking around and listening to me ramble. I really appreciate you guys. I will see you in the next one.